To whoever needs to hear this, and this statement could get me banned. This statement could get me hurt. This statement could get me harassed. But we're just gonna make the statement. A little black kid from Harlem known as the Paradigm Shift, me, believes that I, have definitive proof that Elon Musk is not actually doing anything to stop the spread of child porn on Twitter. I believe I have definitive proof that not only is he using two people who may or may not be trafficking survivors, because give me a second on that one. It's going to take a little bit of time. But he is using this as a smokescreen because Twitter is failing and he knows it. He's allowed so many right-wing bots on that I don't think the engagement that we're seeing on Twitter is actually real anymore. I think everybody from 4chan and that, let me not echo this. Let's just say I have definitive proof that many of the accounts that are on Twitter right now are not actual like accounts that were like with opinions. They're there to start shit. The majority of the conversations that you've had on Twitter about dissenting opinions has not been about anything about free speech. They don't care. It's just there to make Elon look good. And they know because they're not dumb. They're not dumb like the majority of the Twitter user base. And I don't mean that the Twitter user base is dumb. It's just they're not terminally online. Therefore, they are stupid. They are stupid. Like they have to be. The population has to be dumb. I don't know anything about nuclear physics, so I'm stupid in that regard. That's fine. It's okay. That's a thing. We can do that. What I will tell you though is with almost definitive proof, everybody's being conned. The whole website is being conned. I could easily tell you to just leave, but that's what I'm telling you about. I have proof that Elon Musk isn't using this to actually stop child sex trafficking. I have definitive proof that he created that conversation because it's an issue that shouldn't be divisive. He then created a right-wing echo chamber to throw certain statements under the bus, which means if you disagree with one, you have to disagree with the other. This is the markings of a proto-fascist. Enough money, enough control, enough words, and you can see that he's spinning you into an allegory of defending certain ideologies within a framework. If you believe Musk is not right or left, you're just wrong. There is no arguing this because he's saying that. Remember, he went on live during during a hearing and said that the Republican Party is more favorable to him now because the Democrats only care about shit like genders and union break. We could get into that. He said it anyway. He's promoting the idea of prosecuting Fauci. Why won't the left prosecute him? Why doesn't the left listen to us? See, by definition, he's riling up your right-wing feelings, your agitations, and he slid the child sex thing in there just because you know for a fact everybody on earth don't want to see nothing happen to children. But I want you to think about the constant conversation that's been going on for the past couple of months with somebody named Libs of TikTok and that same idea. Save the children. Does this sound familiar to you? The grift from 2020 is back here again. The grift from 2017 is back here again. Except this time you've got people who are smarter, and I warned you about this. If Trump could pull off all of this, with all the judges he appointed, the Supreme Court, overturning Roe, all this other shit, blah, blah, blah. What makes you think somebody smarter than him? What makes you think somebody smarter than him wouldn't be able to figure that out? I hate to be the one to blow the lid off this, but I am pretty sure at some point in the next month or so, I will have definitive evidence that the person named Eliza is lying. I will have specific evidence that Elon Musk is actually flailing his arms and Twitter is failing in a way that we don't see. I have definitive evidence that he created this conversation to lay in bed with the strongest of right-wingers preparing for the 2024 season so that way Republicans would favor him and maybe get him into the circle of money to help solve his debt issues. These conversations aren't hard. I understand that the reality between you and I has been split. I understand that there are a lot of points that you wish I would argue, that I would wish I would address as a quote unquote leftist. I have to get the main point out to you though. I believe at this moment of the moving of my information team and what I've studied and what I've uncovered from certain places, people, and things, that you are currently right now in the wrappings of a $44 billion mistake. And a man who is so desperate that he will do anything. And he picked on the one thing that was gaining traction already. This wasn't an accident. He didn't pick it because, as I said earlier, it would be something that everybody should agree on. He picked it because there was already steam behind it. You already think that trans people are trying to sleep with your children. You know that's not true because you harass them so much in public and you want them to not push it on you. You want them to go into hiding. You've already made your declaration clear. Nobody's able to get to your kids because they're still with you. Are any of them changing? Are any of them... Which one? Any of the kids that have been taught this, which ones came home and did that? We still haven't heard from anything, and every time we get to one of these places, I want you to look up, do your research. You can find out that the majority of the people who speak at these PTA meetings and these protests are astroturfed from a group. You can do that on your own. I think I have enough evidence to prove that Elon Musk is probably doing nothing, if not worse, with this website. And I just need a little bit more time, but I have to press the alarm right now. This is beyond me. Once I put this into the atmosphere and the ecosystem, like once I put this on Twitter, once I put this on YouTube, once I make a short out of it, whatever, it exits my frame of reference. But I am warning you right now that what you are about to see in the next upcoming year is going to be bad. It's going to be bad because once this grows into a network, we can't stop it. There is no movement that can override a social media network. I am telling you right now, whatever you think Elon is doing, I believe at the time of uploading this, I have enough information to prove that that's not true. But I am not a journalist. I don't have connections, and I don't want to blare this story out because that just weaponizes them even further. This is the thing I'm trying to warn you about. Everything that deflects away from, let's say you're a right winger watching this right now, right? Let's say you're a right winger watching this right now. You probably come up with a million reasons why I'm wrong. I just want you to point to one. Has anything that I've said in this video had anything to do with political sides? And when I say anything, I mean conclusions that have been drawn. I've only told you a thesis that I believe I can prove. Does that matter that I am a left winger? Do you think that the evidence would change if I were a right winger? Ask yourself why you were so quick to jump to that. And then ask yourself, if that man isn't trying to prey on your feelings, then why on earth did he pick the specific thing that everyone's been warning you the left is trying to do? A man with $44 billion spent it on Twitter to stop child sex trafficking. Do you think taking down Twitter will stop the dark web? Just put an ounce of thought into it. Now, I'm not saying you gotta suck my dick and follow the train of thought here. You can disagree with the idea, you might believe it. But I'm telling you, if you work hard enough, you probably could break this story before I can. Knowing that there will be rabid Musk fanboys that won't want me to, that's why I'm taking my time with it. But if you look hard enough, you will indeed see Elon Musk is full of shit.